All righty. It's a brand new week. Let's talk Starfleet. I ain't even gonna play. Let's just go ahead and get right on into it this this lovely afternoon. Oh, okay, today's episode is titled whew, The Life of the Stars. And let's chat on it. I got the homies with me. We got Bad Tie. We got the homies Xylatrex. We ain't even gonna play with y'all. We getting right into it today because today, this episode embodied one of our favorite characters on the Starfleet show, which is none other than the one and only series acclamation meal. Hallelujah. And we love little boo-boo. So we a little upset when my homie EMH decided he didn't want to shake her hand. So that's a whole other problem. We're going to talk about that a little later. But for right now, let's do our usual tradition. Let's give our thumbs up, sis, and our thumbs down, sis, and let's be 100% honest. Do not play, all right? Make sure you is real about this. So let's go ahead and take this down in 3, 2, 1, and yeah, I'm giving it a whole thumbs down, man. Not 2 thumbs down, but I'm giving it a thumbs down. Not the show, not Star Trek, just this particular episode. And I will go last. Why don't we start with ladies first? Zyla, talk to us. What is it that made you like the show or decide that, it was worth your liking?
Well, I mean, if I thought I loved Sam before, I think this episode just solidified that she is my favorite character on Starfleet Academy. I thought the plot line was amazing. I also love how Star Trek does grief and just like the human condition. And I thought they did it so well in this episode, especially for youth. And but it also had, its funny moments, but I was crying the whole episode, the entire episode. I've learned I have to do my makeup after. It just completely don't even bother. So yeah, I loved it.
All right. We got some love in the house. Bad time, man. I see you had 1 thumb up and 1 thumb. Man, talk to me, man. What's your thoughts?
One and a half. I gave it 1.5.
1.5 thumbs up.
1.5 thumbs.
Let's go.
I also love Sam. Sam is, to me, the glue that is holding Starfleet Academy together. She embodies what acting and bringing out a character on wax really looks like. This is what it looks like, and this for me. This when I look at how she's being developed and how she's being written, the 2 major episodes. I think the one with the Cisco reference, and this one, which I think was episode 5, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe 4. But whatever. And this episode, which is again Sam eccentric. Like this is it. There was a lot of Sam that's based on Sam, and I think everybody on the show, as well as the people that watch this show, if you haven't fallen in love with Sam by now, what are you doing? Sam is the when you think of people and because I'll go on record as saying I'm not such a sociable person. I don't necessarily like people. But there are individuals that when you see them, they inspire you to like be better, to like choose to be more available. And if I had friends that like outside of you guys, of course, that had that Sam type of energy, then you would probably see me more social or more animated and everything like that, because she just brings out the best in everyone. And I think the fact that everyone in this episode couldn't really focus, knowing that Sam wasn't okay, but guess what? Everybody went out of town and had a great time when Tarina's ass was gone last week. Nobody was over there like, I can't go home knowing Tarina's not okay. No, everybody was like, well, I'll see y'all in about 2 weeks. Hope Serena's back by then. Maybe not. Either way, I'm out. Everybody enjoyed themselves, which says a lot for how she is also, viewed within the universe that she's occupying right now. So, shout out to the writers for Sam, because man, we love Sam, man. I'm telling you, I'm so in love with that character. If you do anything to hurt that character, I'm feeling it personally. That teardrop, bro. I told you, I was ready to reach through the screen and choke slam the doctor. I know he's a hologram. I know he's probably strong as shit, but I would test his ass right then and there for just making her cry.
Right.
And good job by the writers again for only allowing me to hate him for a moment. Like just in that very moment I hated him, and then I was like, you know what? It ain't so bad, bro. You a good dude, dog. Okay. So, but yes, I love this episode, man. Everything else, you can chop it up, because I know that's what you're going to do.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna chop it up and just go to bat with it. I mean, honestly, again, my feelings are not towards the show, and I don't want to join the ranks of the folks that are trashing the show for not being what they wanted it to be or expected it. That's not what I'm about. But I am going to keep it real. Like the show, the Sam part was not. If you notice, the Sam roll was damn near the B roll on this episode. So the main story bored me. I love Tilly. And I appreciate what they did by bringing her into this episode and kind of giving us more Tilly. And, I'm a big fan of Discovery. I think it really, really helped relaunch the new Star Trek that we have today with Michael Burnham and Saru and with Book and everybody. But in terms of this is the disappointing part, and this is just being honest. This episode was honestly, it was supposed to kind of be a catalyst as to how the season's going to end for me, And so when I saw that they went the emotional route, I then realized, they really aren't going to go into the explorational space. I mean, even though they did go to oh shoot, I just forgot the name of what's the name of that? Cask. Yeah, Cask. Even though they went to Cask, it was a limited amount of exposure that we got to it. I do think that it would have been nice to have more. As soon as we got there and they were like, I put you in a room that you all be familiar with. I was like, no, I want to see Cask. Like, what do y'all do? You know what I'm saying? That kind of got me a little hot.
They said we couldn't go. They said they wouldn't let nobody go there.
Well, but I'm saying that doesn't make me happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just was kind of like, all right, come on, man. We're literally coming off of Strange New Worlds. We took a ship to a strange new world and didn't see the world. You know what I'm saying? So I was a little like, oh man, I wish that was done a little different. And then I'm gonna say this part, and I'm not gonna lie. Some of you on this panel may not necessarily like this part that I'm about to say, but it was so opera. It was so okay. Let me give a little context. All right, so my pops and I used to watch Star Trek Next Generation together back in the 1900s, right? And I remember back around the third or fourth season, I remember my dad saying, man, this is like a soap opera. Around that time, we had Riker was trying to be with Deanna Troi. We had Jean-Luc Picard and his whole little thing with Beverly Crusher. You know what I'm saying? We had Geordi LaForge and his whole desire to have a love interest. And it got very ship-oriented, and they weren't exploring as much. You rarely saw a phaser or them even go to the to be transported to another land. And I remember this was out of all of the seasons. I remember my dad expressing frustration, like, "Yo, I'm trying to watch some shows about the worlds and the aliens, and I feel like I'm watching a show about a bunch of folks that are intertwined with each other. It's more like watching an entanglement or something that may have been on Bravo." And I'm just gonna keep it real, guys. As much as it probably doesn't suit everybody, that's not for me. I'm not as much. I lose interest when somebody's not being shot at and when there's not guns and when there's no running and there's no excitement. And I love Sam. I love being able to kind of meet with to learn more about her, and her arc frankly saved my whole interest in this episode. The Tilly part was cool, but it felt a little forced because it was like, okay, are you arguing with the students? Like, all right, I'm a little, what's really going on? I love seeing her get back together with baby girl. That reunion made me smile so big. I was like, we back, bitch, we back. You know what I'm saying? So I like that part. But if I'm being frank, what went through my head was I was like, okay, I would probably not be as hard on this episode if this was episode 8 of 26 episodes. I'd be like, okay, we're growing, we're learning, we're unpacking. I get it. But this is episode 8 of 10 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So we only got 2 more episodes, and I'm like, we're about to end the show, and we haven't really progressed as much plot-wise from a central what they call continuous plot. And so it just made me a little sad. And ultimately, that's the only reason I'm giving it the thumbs down. It's not that I hate the show. And for anybody that does love to hate watch our content, which I'll address a little later, I'm not joining your chorus. All right. I still love the show. I think that I would have liked to see a little bit more of the exploration, the star, and it just got real, a little General Hospital for me. And I ain't gonna lie, like even when the older episodes would come about, this isn't something that's exclusive to Starfleet Academy. This is me voicing the same frustration for any of the Star Trek shows. And like I said, it happened prominently, and my dad and I both complained about it with TNG had it going on. So this is a unified voice for me coming from back in the day. Like, nah, whenever it gets too much outside of the planet, the alien, the culture, I lose interest. And that's why the Sam part was the part that I liked about this episode, because that was alien, it was explorational, it was the embodiment of. And I also, real quick, I know I'm in a diatribe, but let me just finish this thought real quick. The other thing that I liked about Sam's arc was that they did involve the doctor, and they also even showed you the flashbacks of when he did adopt a family. And if you recall, back when the doctor, or the EMH, I should say, was on the Voyager, he started off one way and ended a completely different way. He started off literally just a hologram that would show up and say, please state the nature of the medical emergency and give it to me. Okay, you don't need me? All right, deactivate program. You know what I'm saying? And then he ended up falling in love with 7 of 9. He ended up actually being the item of attraction from a planet. There was a planet that was like, oh my God, you sing? Can you sing opera for us? And they like fell in love with him to the point where he got full of himself and thought he was going to leave the starship, flee the starship. And the planet was like, you know what? We went ahead and duplicated you, so don't worry, you can go ahead and go. In fact, this duplicate is even better than you. He's like, oh my God. So I kind of like them intertwining the plot lines of the different shows that they've had. But yeah, I'm just gonna be honest about it. Yeah, when we don't have the guns blazing and the exploration, then I lose a little interest. So I hope that's okay, guys. I do have a question for y'all though. Go ahead, Ty.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, this is Starfleet Academy. What's going on?
I know. I mean, I'm still Vince Taylor. I still have the same interest. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is not me saying fuck the show, or oh, it's just trash, or you ruined Star Trek, or oh, you freaking, so I'm just saying like,
no, I definitely think right. I think there are definitely there. Yeah, that's just how it is. Because I think there are people who are like, when there are very war heavy or like sci-fi or exploration heavy episodes, there are people who are like, I kind of miss the soap opera shit, so it's like I feel like Star Trek is always the writers trying to balance the two, and sometimes the balance doesn't hit for everybody. It's just what it is. And you're entitled to that opinion because it is about sci-fi. So like,
and listen, and if we're talking Gene Roddenberry, it's IDIC, right? Infinite diversity. And all three of us, we love Star Trek, but we still have our own various independent interests, right?
Exactly.
Like Zyla, you've stated out loud, like you love the
I love the soap opera shit. I love
the teen angst. You love that. That's
Yeah.
your jam, all right?
Yeah.
For me, not as much. You know, I'm a little more phaser somebody. God damn it, I need to see a Vulcan neck pinch ASAP, like immediately. I need a motherfucker to get a freaking a bat lift in the neck. I need somebody. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. But Ty, were you saying something else?
Look, I was just going to say, I agree with you. I just think that there are certain things that the writers do, and I guess they're easily breezed over, but it's important that you recognize it. So during this episode, they were doing a exercise where they were in a situation where the ship was about to blow up and all of this other kind of stuff, and none of them could agree on anything. And Tig was like, hey, great job on not working together. You know what I'm saying? That was to show that they're in no way, shape, form, or ready for any type of exploration mission. They're not even working together. So I think the development is all in this beginning season. The one thing that I think you can that you can hang your hat on is the fact that I think also you're looking at this through the lens of what we've been used to for over the past 6 years,
True.
which is 2 years between episodes, and then we gotta between seasons, and then we gotta figure out what that's not the case here. Season 2 is already wrapped for
it's wrapped?
Yeah, they already wrapped season 2.
Okay.
And thank you, Kareem, for letting us know that season 2 was wrapped. But yes, they wrapped season 2, which means you won't be waiting 2 years to get season 2. I don't know when the release date of season 2 is, but you won't be waiting 2 years for it. So whatever they're gonna do in these last 2 episodes, as far as like character building, is for characters like Sam who have stood out in the season. This is something for them to build on or build up another character in the same way that Sam has built herself up. And also, it looks like Discovery is not off the table of us getting a Saru sighting, a Burnham sighting, you know what I'm saying? Any of those things. They have clearly shown us that when it comes to the universe, the connection is Discovery. Discovery is still relevant in this time period. So I would not be surprised if a finale shows up. I could see a Burnham pulling up and just being like, okay, so I had to come see what all the fuss was about. Or pulling up on her girl Tilly, because you know how she feel about Tilly, yo. She don't play about Tilly. She do not play about Tilly. So I mean, I again, I cannot say enough for the writing that I'm seeing in some of these episodes. And if it continues this way, they got a lifelong fan with me with Sam. Like, I'm going with Sam though. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
At this point, as long as they keep my girl safe, we can't have no more episodes where you making me think she's dead and shit. Like I don't like when they play with my emotions like that. That makes me feel like you're disrespecting me at this point. You starting to play with my top, and I can't take too much more of that, man. Because I was ready to burn it all down, man. I was ready to burn it all down. Everybody was gonna catch that smoke.
Speaking of burning it all down, let me ask y'all this question. Let me start with you, Zyla. What was your thoughts when when EMH said he wouldn't hold her hand? Like, what went through your head? Like, just tell me blood raw. Like, what was your thoughts for real?
I mean, I was pissed. Of course, I was. It was. But obviously, we could tell it came out of trauma, and I was wondering what trauma it could have been, because we are so with Sam in this moment. She's scared.
Right.
I mean, the whole school is terrified that something has
Yeah.
happened to her, and we feel that too, you know. So for him to not hold her hand was crazy, and you even see the chancellor make a face like, "What the fuck?" Well, sorry, but you know, like I was thinking, the Doctor has been through so much. Like he has been alive for forever. He's lost multiple crews. Voyager, I didn't see Prodigy, but I know that there's stuff there. I didn't see all the Prodigy. I've seen some Prodigy. So I was wondering like what the reference was. But that episode, when they referenced it, I remembered. I was like, oh Lord, because that was a crazy episode. And I remember when I first watched it, I thought it was going to be like a silly episode because, you know, oh, the Doctor made a fake family. And that's how I felt about a lot of Voyager episodes. They start off kind of silly and jaunty, and then by the end, you're like, you know, and that one where his daughter died, and his crew, even Tom Paris was like, "You just gonna let her die? You have to go in there. You have to be with her. You know, if you really want to know what it's like to be a human, that's what it's like." So that was a very intense episode. So I thought it was very good of the writers to reference that and him going through that whole thing again. So you kind of get it, you know. It was good. I enjoyed the emotion. It was weighty. I was crying, but it was good.
Yeah. Did you have that same feeling like Ty? Like I know you, Ty, and I hope I'm not putting you on blast, but I know you haven't had a chance to kind of view all of Voyager, so you may not have caught the reference, but it don't matter. You don't have to view it to see when a motherfucker is just like, "Yo, can you hold my hand?" And you're like, "No." You're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like I was so angry. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait. Where's the explanation? Because I know y'all better have an explanation for this, you know, because in my mind, I'm like, yo, you're still the EMH, right? Like you're still supposed to be the one. Like on Voyager, it didn't matter what the hell was going on. Doctor would be held gunpoint. They'd be like, no, don't operate black. I don't give it. This is my patient. I'm going to do that for my patient. You know what I'm saying? So here's a young lady who's equivalent to a patient at this point. I mean, and all she's asking for, not surgery, not for a tricorder analysis, not for you to, you know, do all this. Just hold my goddamn hand. And for him to be like, and I get the arc. But man, that moment had me like, nigga, if you don't hold her, goddamn, Ty, same. What?
I mean, he's a robot, first of all, or whatever. First and foremost. But I'm gonna be honest. When she said hold her hand and he didn't hold it at first, I wasn't tripping. I was like, man, maybe that nigga got germaphobe. He's whatever. Who knows? You know what I mean? But in that moment, I wasn't tripping. The moment I started tripping was when that tear fell out of her eye. Now you done made her cry, nigga. Now I got a problem. So it wasn't like that. Like I needed that. Like and it's like, dang, you made her cry. Like there was a real tear that just dropped out her eye. That's what makes Sam. That's what makes Carice Brooks such a great and such a great actress, because when that tear dropped, you know I needed that. Like I needed that. That's the human moment, because technically both of y'all are some type of robotic shit. You know what I mean? Neither one of y'all are real people, but yo, the way she's playing Sam, she's making us feel like she's real, making us like. At some point, there's going to be like we're going to vote for her to get an organic body. There's going to be something. It's going to be something, and we needed to remain looking just like her. Like that's what I'm saying.
Right.
We ain't like, don't try to change her body into something else. No, we need y'all to come across a race of genius whatever's that could be like, oh, we make bodies all the time. Oh, word, we got my homegirl. You should meet her. Like, yo, like that's like Sam, come on, you can get the real body. That's what we want. But I can't, man. Like when it comes up, whenever I see her down, no, because you always see her smiling. You always see her uptick. She's the one that when everybody else is down, she re-energizes everything. So whenever she's tapped down, whenever she's out, whenever she fell out, bro, I about lost my mind. I was like, I almost threw some shit at my TV. That's how I was like, yo, so y'all doing this? Because they hinted at it last week, and I ignored it because I didn't want to give it any power. So I was like, I know shit ain't right, but I ain't gonna say nothing just in case they try to keep on with this shit ain't right with Sam shit. So they did it, and I was like, all right, I got time today. I got time today. Yeah, I got time today. Sam, we need to protect Sam at all costs, man. If y'all want to fan for Starfleet Academy for the journey, I'm here for it. As long as Sam is part of that journey. As soon as y'all or Sam decides that the journey is over, I'm done. Journey's over for me too. Send me, take me back home too. I don't want to ride no more. I don't give a fuck about what's over there in a million Milky Ways away. I don't care. I want to go home and be with Sam, and that's that into my dying days. That's it. That's where I'm at. That's how good she is.
Another thing I liked about the episode was every student feels that too, and that was so clear. Like the whole friend group was rocked. They didn't even want to participate in the class when she left. Like they were hanging out at night talking about her, and I just love that because it wasn't just Genesis either. Like Darum was like shook by it, Occam, everybody, Caleb, like, the one who doesn't like to show emotion and all of that, like they were very rocked by it, and it just made the development of Sam's character all the more powerful because it's always what the way that your friends talk about you is the way it shows like what you bring to life. So I thought that was very smart writing and very touching, and like it just, and the fact that Sam, it knows human condition more than the humans themselves was very good. Like she was able to clock what everybody needed to be in the play because she knows them better than they know themselves. And they had to figure it out while she was doing her own thing. Like she's like truly light years ahead of where they are in their own development as human beings. And it's just so beautiful. It was so good.
Yo, you know what part I really loved? I loved when she had a monologue on what I would call the shuttle pod. I don't know what they call it, but on the shuttle pod, she was like, I want to try to guess what it is that I want to eat and then not eat. You know what I'm saying? I want to like fall in love and then have my heart broken. Like she had this really moving monologue that if you have a heart, there's no way you can't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, so many things that we take for granted. Like just like the part about her is like saying, I want to not know what I want to eat and then not eat like that. I don't know why that stuck with me because that's me. I'll sit there and stare at the people like, man, I ain't really hungry, but fuck, man, you brought me out here and I guess I got to eat now. So, I mean, I'll take the hush puppies. Wait, no. The shoot is, oh, fuck, I don't know. I'm not hungry no more. I love that part about, I love the journey towards humanism. I do want to kind of jump back and tackle something Ty said. Ty said she's not real and the doctor's not real. And that's actually something that they address head on in Star Trek. What is real? I believe it was Kes. I believe it was Kes before her exit of the show who was like, what exactly is real? What makes you different from me? Because the doctor was talking like you. He was like, look, I'm just a hologram. Like, I don't know why y'all even. And Kes was like, well, you may not feel, you're programmed though. Like you have a response, and that's just what's different from that and me being human. Like I'm programmed to have a response. You're programmed to have a response. Just because we don't have the exact same life makeup doesn't make you any less real. And I thought that was pretty brilliant. I like that concept. And that's kind of where we get that's where Sam is born. That's kind of where, because if they did not take that journey to see how this hologram of an EMH can actually be more of a person, so to speak, then we wouldn't necessarily have this addition of Sam, who is literally just another version of the EMH. But there were a bunch of other things too. Like I'll just throw these two quick parallels. So in addition to the doc having the family that he had of holograms, there was also an episode where there was an army of holograms, not necessarily an army, so to speak, but I don't know if you remember. They were they were led by this one dude who was Bajoran, but he was a hologram, right? And his whole thing was they were anti what they call organic. So they thought that the objective was to be the better version of humans. And it was hella fascinating. Like there's literally a whole ship full of holograms or whatever you want to call them. And their whole thing was just like, look, man, I mean, you know, if we allow ourselves to be dictated what's human, they could just deactivate us. And we're real people. And I think that concept is really cool. Last thing, you also said give her an organic body. I protest. I protest that they better not ever give her an organic body, because that would limit her to one lifespan. All right. And we won't be able to have her over the course of millennium like we have with the EMH and some of these others. So, yeah, I don't know about all that, but, you know.
And I think being a hologram is so part of what she is, like the way she ingests data, like at light speed and just kind of like questions the things that are kind of insane about humans. Like, why are you doing this? Why do you know? So, yeah, I want her to be forever, but I don't want her to be as an organic. I like her how she is.
Oh, it's the Pinocchio effect, man. Like it is. It's like like the more and more she delves into humanity, the more and more a robot will want to become their maker. You know what I'm saying? And in this sense, her maker is a sentient life form, which we don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know, but I think that the transcendence is because she can only operate in her protocols, and that's the difference. That's the difference when you think of a human life form as opposed to a robot. Is a robot has protocols. They can't go outside of their program. Whereas a human being has the ability to make decisions and choices outside of whatever their programming is. So, but I mean, I'm not opposed to either of your theories with keeping her the way she is or whatever. I just know I love her, no matter what she is, whether she's organic or whether she's a hologram or whatever. Just don't play with her no more. Y'all done had 2 episodes. Y'all hurt her in one of the episodes. I didn't like that much. And then y'all come back and y'all start playing on with with our tops again. I'm telling you, we will, man. The streets will be red. Streets will be red. Streets will be red. Y'all keep messing with Sam.
What? God, I gotta deactivate that or whatever. But all right. First of all, real quick, just want to remind everybody that at first the EMH was restricted to the to not only the Voyager ship, but just to medbay. He wasn't able to leave medical bay. He wasn't able to go all over the ship. Then they finally gave him the ability to go into the ship. And then when they went into the future, they got this emitter thing that he was able to put on, which allowed him to not only leave the med bay, but he was able to leave the ship. And that's when shit got crazy. He started to get he was a little too happy being able to leave the ship. And then one time, so all that happened. But what do y'all think about the fact that technically Sam died this episode? Did y'all really process that? Sam died. They grew a new Sam. That Sam that we have was the Sam we went there with, not the Sam we came back with. Right. All right. So don't look over. Don't overlook the fact that they were like, look, we don't know what to do with this chick. Like she's learned too much. We did not send her out there to do all the shit she's doing. So we can't fix her. It ain't that we don't want to. We just she's beyond. There's too much shit. What we can do is start a whole new one. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, all right, I guess if that's what we got to do, that's what it is. I like the fact that they brought back the time differences. Well, that's what happened, bro. Like, if you don't watch close enough,
they just rerouted her programming. They just rerouted her programming.
Nah, bro, they let her die.
Then how did she remember everybody, man?
They took
the 209
right.
days.
They took her memories, right?
Her programming.
Remember the little thing, the little lima bean robot thing? That was her.
Yep.
Like that was her.
Yep.
That wasn't the same Sam that went over there, bro. That
No.
little embryo thing got the 209 days worth of memories and the rest of her entire life that she lived in that 2 weeks, right? And so technically Sam did die, bro. They just brought her back to life as an infant.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because it goes back to your question that Star Trek always asks is like, what is real? Like, who is real? And it reminds me of that one episode of Voyager. I can't remember exactly what happens, but there was like 2 alternate timelines and like 2 separate crews. Harry Kim was a whole different Harry Kim. Yeah. And then at the end of the episode, he's walking down the hallway with Janeway and she's like, what's wrong? And he's like, technically, I am not the Harry Kim that you knew. I'm a different guy, but it's all the same, but it's not. And that is tripping me up. His mental was just confused. And that's how the episode ends. And it's kind of like, yeah, what is real? I don't know, So shoot, we just rolling with it as per usual, as Star Trek legend does.
That that episode was so peak Star Trek. It was so peak Star Trek, bro. Like they had an alternate universe version of them, which was like because they were phasing, like it was like they're phasing in time and in and out of time, right? And in this one, on one of the ship, in the ship that we know, Harry Kim gets sent through the hole in the floor and he gets sucked into the black hole of space. And we're like, oh shit, and so. We just lost Harry Kim, but then it was like, it's okay. There's Harry Kim.
We got this backup. We got
a spare Harry. We got a spare Harry in the back seat, right? Just look underneath the hood. But it wasn't just him. It was also the daughter too, right? Remember, the daughter that was born. Remember the one of the reasons why that was happening is because a lady on the ship was pregnant with her husband, and she had a baby, and the baby didn't make it on Voyager. But it did make it on the other ship, so we got a baby that wasn't supposed to be.
They stole the baby. They stole somebody's baby. Yo, on a whole episode,
like, I don't really know y'all like that, but fuck it. I guess I'm here, So I guess we'll just roll with it.
Snatching babies. Oh wow!
I love that about Trek, bro. I love that. All right, so we're on board. She did die. Nobody's gonna argue with me about that, right? Sam perished. She pulled the 3 days and rising again.
We could go back and forth about how that's not relevant, but for the sake of this argument, I'll let you have it. She died, but we have her back.
Argue with me, like they said they couldn't fix her. They said we have to start over. We gotta tear this bridge down.
She's not. In order for her to die, like I don't know, man. Like
she died, bro. She died, bro. It's okay. It's okay. She came back to life, but yes, she died. It happens. It's not the first time it's happened either. I think that I know I'm the only black dude on the earth who watched Enterprise, but on Enterprise, one of the main characters died, and they just brought him back to life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spoil it just in case you ever watch it, which I doubt you will. But because I ain't gonna lie, it's a little back. But yeah, like that happens, man. Shit, look, freaking Obi-Wan died, okay, and he was still a Force ghost. Like people die. It's just funny that hold up, she can't really die. All right, so I'm using the term loosely. All right, but the point is she's different. So the last question I have for y'all today is Sam the same? Is Sam the same? Sam just went to a place where she was not only gifted a new start, but she now has a childhood to go in addition to the 209 days worth of experience that she had on the Starfleet or with Starfleet Academy. So is Sam the same now that she's got scraped knees from growing up? That she now knows what it's like to be told no when she wants to stay up later at night before she goes to bed? Is Sam the same now that she has a pseudo father figure in the EMH who was hesitant at first but did accept the role despite the fact that he had a lot of heartbreak in the past? Will we still have the same series acclamation mill now as a result after she's lived the equivalent of a young lifetime and just came back to her friends? Zyla, what you think? And then Ty, if you don't mind.
It's a good question. I think, well, the whole point of it was to make her more resilient. So I think she will be a little bit tougher, maybe a little less green, which will be cool to see. Just the evolution of her, confusion around humans, and just like maybe a little tougher, which is cool. And I think it brings up like a philosophical question. Like when I watched the episode, it's like, ooh, I am who I am because of my childhood and because of the things I learned and the fact that I survived all of that. So I just think it's interesting to think about. I'm excited to see what happens, but I do think she'll be a little bit, more resilient, more tough.
Dig it. What about you, Ty? What you think, bro?
I think it only makes her better, and it also gives her what she didn't have prior, which is someone that she truly trusts. The whole reason it got bad like it did was because she didn't trust anyone to tell anyone. She didn't trust her creators because they said, we haven't heard from you in a while. We didn't know what was going on. So she didn't trust them. She didn't trust the doctor because she didn't tell him. She didn't trust any of her classmates. She didn't tell anybody. So I think now having a memory of this man being, and I take offense to calling him a pseudo father figure, if he raised her from her very egg-like stage, he is her father by all definitions of what a father is. He raised her for the 17 years. That took 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, he was her father. Yeah, he was her father. And I'm interested to see if that's how it plays out on the ship now. Like it's like now she comes to him like, hey dad, hey dad, I'm serious. Like I think if like from moving forward now, whenever she's in that moment of I need to a moment of clarity. I need to understand. She goes to dad, and now dad can break it down to her like, hey, don't do the drugs that are on your list just because they we just put that there. That's just there for that's not for you. But he can kind of help her make those decisions. So do I think it changed her? Yes. And if so, for the better, because she's still the same bubbly, the same, like that smile still radiates a room. She's still caring. She's still curious. I think all of those things are what make up Sam. And yeah, man, I love it. Can't stop.
Awesome. All right, well, check it. Just one last question about this week's episode, and then I got a couple things to show the viewers, and then we'll be on up out of here. And this is about the B-roll portion. Technically, this was the B-roll portion, but we all took it as the A. So, but I do want to ask a little bit about the Tarima and Caleb situation. All right, are y'all with me? I'm a little over Tarima. She's annoying as shit to me right now. Like, she pissed me the fuck off. Like, I was like, bitch. Like, all right, I get that old boy didn't hit her up for a month or whatever, but like she did kind of like unintentionally invade his private space, which is his mind, and he got a little freaked out about it. But then, like, she's coming back with this attitude, like everybody's not freaked out about the fact that she could at any moment explode everybody's head. And he's trying to be like cordial with it. She's trying to give him the stank face. I'm like, but don't be stank. Don't be stank. After we just had to go through all this trauma. We lost a Vulcan, friend or rival or whatever you want to call it. And now you want to act stank to me? Like, Zyla, am I tripping? Like, she annoyed the shit out of me this episode. I was like over her. Like, I was like, why? Are you serious? And then when Tilly was talking to her and she was getting the attitude and shit, like, oh, bitch, I'm saying, what you mean? You just in here? Go ahead and tell us. You just in here to say you. I was like, I hope you like Tilly was you in the other universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you feeling this way? I kind of want him to be older.
Yes. Wait, say that one more time.
I kind of want him to maybe think about going another way, like maybe.
Yes, we may all be Team Genesis in this little panel, but okay, truthfully, yes, I don't love anything that they've done with Tarima so far. Everything has been pretty flat for me in terms of her, but I guess this episode she did grow me, but only because of everyone around her. Like, I think Tilly checked her, which was great to see. She needed that. She needed to get checked real bad. And I guess the only saving grace in my mind that is helping me through this is she is a teenager. She's a teenage girl or like a young girl who does not know how to manage complex emotions and trauma. And I've been there. We all been there. And we were all freaking annoying when it was happening. We were all thinking we knew everything. We were getting drunk, getting mad at people who we really shouldn't be mad at, misplacing our anger. Our brothers are mad, like, oh, this bitch is annoying me again. Like, I liked how Occam dealt with it. It's like, okay, girl, you weren't the only one on that ship. You know what? We were all there, so I think what made me grow is everyone around her is kind of like trying to be like, hey, we get it. You're struggling. But, we all are, and we're here for you, which I think is very Starfleet and Star Trek. But yeah, she's annoying. She's annoying to me.
I kind of just want Caleb to just move on to Genesis. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They clearly have set up this little love triangle for us to speculate and all of that. But I mean, I don't know, man. I maybe it's because I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be this season.
I don't think so either,
I'm not hopeful, but I'm with you.
It's not happening. I don't know. Ty, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah. As much as I don't like Tarina either, I also have to give her some grace. Zyla brought up some really good points as far as like, dealing with the trauma and how hard that could be. But let me raise you one. Now imagine you can read everybody's minds around you and feel how everybody feels about you, all whilst you have to go through this. The throuple thing is already in motion, which is another reason why she's so upset, because she already knows that Caleb has made up his mind. He's just not being honest with it. And the same thing goes for Genesis, which is why she addressed it in the room. She said, I know what's up with you. And Genesis was like, yeah, we're just friends. And she was like, huh. Wish I was like friends like that. I wish I knew what friends like that meant, or something she said or whatever. But the fact is, she understands what it is, and at the end of the episode, you saw that she just kind of accepts it. Like, okay, we'll share them. Hey, we'll share them. That's what.
I don't remember that happening.
Nah, listen. I pay attention to everything. I was the first one to pick up on Jaden.
You did.
And I'm gonna tell you exactly why I said that it's in motion. At the end of the episode, she has a conversation with Tilly before Tilly leaves the ship. Then she walks up the hallway where Genesis just got put down from Caleb, who had picked her up in the air, and all of that swung her around and then put her down. She walks up. Hold up. And go back and watch and see if I'm wrong at all. She goes up, she walks up, Genesis embraces her and then puts her arm around her back and squeezes her like, oh yeah, girl. Like it's the oldest trick in the book. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play you close. The whole time, I'm really gonna smash your man. Like it's the writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall, and I see all of the signs that are leading me to. It's gonna be that moment. I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna be. It's gonna be one too many swing arounds in the air. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be one too many of them shits. You're gonna pick her up where you're, and you go one more time, and when she come down that second time, she gonna come down real slow on your body. And like that's when you kiss her. That's when the kiss comes. That's when they like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we just did this. Now we have to tell Tarina. And Tarina gonna be like, I already knew. I knew this was gonna happen. And it's the writing's on the wall, bro. It's there.
I gotta give you your credit, man, because you did just open up a whole different aspect of her trauma, which is that while she is going through this, she is hearing the thoughts. Whereas normally, like with Jaden or with somebody else, you walk through, you're looking at everybody, you don't know what they're thinking, and you're just like, okay, well, everybody's looking at me. But she actually, and that scene where she's in there, oh, come on, Caleb, and she's all drunk off of whatever it was she was drinking, and she's like, I'm a mind reader. And she's like, whatever. It's like, no, I actually am a mind reader. I was like, oh shit, that's right. She is a mind reader. So she doesn't have to. So you're right. Like, yeah, you literally right. Like, she could have been in there like, oh, I know. I see why Caleb likes you. Oh, we're just friends. But she's like, bitch, I'm gonna take your man. Like, and Tarima, to her credit, is just like, yeah, all right, yeah, sure. Just I'm not reading your mind at all. So yeah, all right, I'll give you that credit. I'll soften up on her a little bit for that case, but yeah, but she
gets on my nerves too. You don't got to soften up on her. Like, I'm just saying, you know, for the court, I want to make sure that the evidence is presented. You know what I'm saying? That there is reason why she is detestable, but I understand like where she's coming from. Like that, you know this nigga's lying to you. You know she's lying to you, and they doing it right directly to your face, and you like, y'all motherfuckers think I'm stupid, but I'm not. And like that, and like now, and I gotta deal with the fact that y'all scared of me too. Like I was like, she tried to hunch him. She tried to hunch him, and he was like, whoa. She was like, whoa, nigga, I just had your hand in my mouth. I don't know where the fuck your hand has been. I just bit your fucking finger. I just was about to suckle you. And you over here talking about no? Nigga, yo, listen. Shorty got every reason to feel violated. She had got tipsy. She had drank some shit. She had drank some shit that was given to her pops from another called the tears of something. And I said, and she said, one tear will do this, 2 tears will do this, and 3 tears will put you in the hospital. But thanks to my jaw, thanks to my inhibitor, I can drink more than 3 tears. She was ready. Okay. She was the definition of ready. She was ready. She caught you like, and he was like, nah. She was like, I've been out of commission for 3 weeks, or 2, 3 weeks, and you don't want me. So I knew what I was thinking was right. So you smashed Genesis, huh? You did something with her, huh? Yeah, I know. Yeah. She know what's up. Serena ain't stupid. She ain't stupid.
I like that. I gotta say that I was very nervous about that scene. I'm so glad that they did not let him take advantage of her when she was under the influence. I was like, oh my God, please don't make Caleb into a frat boy. And I'm glad that they didn't. But yeah, I got it. Yo, man, if you should be Tarima's attorney at law. You changed my mind about her a little bit. She still annoys the shit out of me, but at least I have a little bit more compassion about her for right now. Well, listen, I've done the usual, and I've turned the short show into a 60-minute show, as was, of course, going to be the case whether I liked it or not. But I do want to show a little bit of love real quick, as Zyla has been so kind as to welcome us into her world, and us vice versa the same. And along with that, we had an opportunity to see what it's like to be on the Kelly Clarkson show. Woo! We also got a chance to see what it's like vicariously through her to hang with the one and only Jaden Craig as well, who invited her out to a nice night on the town. I know it wasn't a night on the town, and it was a friendship thing, and I know I get that. But she also has welcomed us to meet some of her Star Trek friends, some of whom I think have some dope-ass content. And one of them is this young lady who I would like to show you guys now, who had this to say about last week's episode. Go ahead and cue Miss Ma'am.
This is going to be the episode that makes me not like Caleb. Let's talk track. And I get it. He's all broody, tortured spirit and all of that. But we're a full month out from what happened to Tarima, and he still hasn't contacted her. I mean, Tarima essentially sacrificed herself for him, and he definitely had a moment for Genesis. And do not get me wrong, I am team Caleb Genesis all day long. But Caleb got some growing up to do. What I did absolutely love about this episode is that we get to learn a little bit more about Genesis and her struggles, and Jaden and Darum all day long. I absolutely love the eyes that they make with each other, because I do think that ultimately they're going to end up together too. But the friendship that they have is real, and that is absolutely beautiful. I also love the fact that Darum's intended bride, who ended up being his wife for like 30 seconds, she chose herself. And I love that in the writing as well, because I feel like there was something to be said for, hey, I'm going to choose me so that I can let you free, so that you can learn to choose yourself. All in all, I think it was a really good episode. I definitely enjoyed the whole wedding with Darum. I love that whole drama. I just wish that Genesis and Caleb, I wish Caleb could grow up a little bit, but you know, eventually we'll get there. And I'm excited to see where it goes. Peace and long life, y'all.
I just wanted to show a little love to our melanated friend who's putting up dope ass content. So make sure y'all check out Miss Nzinga with Holodeck Hoes with HEAUX. All right, the Creole New Orleans version of that. So don't get it twisted, because we'll still fight you, even though we.
Hey, yo, Vince.
What's
yo,
up, man?
She just brought. Yo, I just thought about this when I watched the video. Yo, Darren was fucking picking on some dude with the braids in the very first. I was like, what the fuck up with you, Darren? Yo, what's up?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was like, this how we sparking the episode. I was Team Darren too till I seen him over here messing with the dude. I was like, yo.
Bro, that's your bad. I've never been Team Darren. I mean, he's. We're getting to know him a little bit and all that, and I kind of like that his wife was melanated a little bit.
You Team Kyle?
I'm not Team Kyle. I'm Team Sam. I fucked with Sam. I also was wondering why they threw Jaden. Why they made him have like a cold. I mean, what's going on with that? Like, it was such a subplot. They never solved it. Like, he just came back and he was fine. I was like, okay, nigga, did you use airborne or like what? Like, how do you like? Did you go to the clinic? Like, what happened? I thought that was interesting, man. But yeah,
because we just got back from Darren's planet, man. They like, you know what I'm saying, or wherever they was at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, something. I mean, it could have been something. They was on a dirt. It looked like a dusty ass planet.
It did look dusty. It did look pretty dusty. But I don't know if for sure that's what it was. The last thing I'll show y'all real quick, and then I got a little something to say on the other end of this, is this week we have been following and commenting on the new character Jaden Craig since the creation of this. Not only do we love Klingons, of course, obviously we love black people, and he's clearly black, and we love melanated folks that are in Trek, and he's clearly one. And he's kind of given us, what we don't have in Michael Dorn, who played Worf for this. So he was kind of like our Worf character, but it has since been made clear that he is officially the first gay Klingon in a Star Trek show. And of course, in this time, in these times and days, you would expect him to be greeted with a lot of adverse opinions, let's just say. And I happened to catch a post that he made where he kind of addressed it, but it was so inspirational. And I'd like to share this with y'all now because I learned something from him in this post. So allow me to share it with you, and let's chat about it on the other end.
You don't look like Darren,
bro. New episodes drop every Thursday on Paramount Plus.
All right, I think I did this wrong.
And I play a character called Jaden.
Right,
Jaden is the.
All right, David. I messed up. Let me regroup and restart. All righty, my bad. Here we go.
Have been extremely negative.
All right, you know what? Hey, let me try this one more time. All right, I'm gonna do this. If it don't work this time, then fuck it. It just don't work. All right, so hold on a second. My bad. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Okay. There's that. There's this. There's that, and it should work. If I did it right, it should work now.
All right, y'all. Let's get into it. If y'all are new here, then hey, my name is Karim Diane. I am an actor. I'm currently in a show called Star Trek Starfleet Academy. New episodes drop every Thursday on Paramount Plus. And I play a character called Jaden. Jaden is the first gay Klingon in Star Trek's entire 60-year history. A lot of the responses I've received have been extremely negative and just very homophobic, racist, some of them even scary. And this is my response. Yo, I don't have a response. Y'all not about to catch me looking crazy. I never respond to negativity. It's not what I'm interested in at all. What I am interested in are these comments. There have been so many positive, inspiring, beautiful messages that I've received from all kinds of people from all around the world. They've been so beautiful to read, and they really remind me why I'm doing what I am doing. They are the comments that you'll see me engaging with, and that's that. All right, y'all.
So what I had to say about this was, if you've been paying attention to me the last few weeks on our weekly recaps, you may have noticed that I have been a little disappointed by the banter in some of the comments. And I've even gone as far as to address some of them, to even bring them up, because frankly, I was a little like, I can't believe like these are fans. And I even learned in this last week that there's literally what I would describe as an anti-Trek culture right now, where there are people that are gaining their YouTube monetary dollars off of just putting out content to literally shit on Trek. And for some strange reason, I allowed myself to be sucked in by this hatred mob, as opposed to seeking out the love of some of which exists right here on this panel. Much of the love that exists, that's out there, that is waiting to be shared and maybe even shine the light on. But for some reason, if you get 1,000 comments saying you look great today, the one that says you shouldn't have worn that will stick out. And I've been transfixed on that. But Jaden taught me something with this post. I learned there's not a response worth giving to these folks. All right, because like my man Ty would say, that's literally what they want. We're not here to feed the trolls, right? So I have decided, because Kareem Diane, who I'm glad he said that, because I've been calling him Kareem Diane, so we got it straight. But I'm glad that Zyla's friend Kareem put me on the game here and let me take a step back and realize, like, I will only allow myself to be focused on something that I want to be focused on. And I'm not going to let anybody who has a completely adverse opinion to me on this show and anything else take my full attention when it's something that I really love. If it's you that don't like it, then that's on you. And I will delete the hate comments, so don't even bother putting them down. But man, I gotta say, big up to Kareem Diane for putting me down, because that is a lesson that I would have expected to come from a wise Gandalf-esque type wizard. And to hear it from a young man like Kareem, who clearly is facing all kind of adversity for embodying this role, for me, frankly, is inspirational, and I applaud you, sir. So on that note, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get on up out of here, from my crib to your crib. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. Shout out to my homies Zyla and Bad Ty. Appreciate y'all. We only got 2 more episodes, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and trek it up for these next 2 weeks. Have us a good old time. I wore my Black History hoodie for our last broadcast in Black History Month. So I hope you guys do enjoy. Please like, comment, subscribe. I should have said that at the beginning, but whatever. And yeah, check us out. We're gonna be trekking every Thursday, 2 p.m. Deuces. See y'all next week. Hey. Oh, I could give us a outcome. All right, let's do this.
Shout out to the New Blood Order. They're my people. They're my bloody family. So check out our chat. It's been wonderful. Blessings.